Hello, everyone. I'm back from an unintentional sabbatical from YouTube. I had a military ball to get ready for that I made a beautiful Regency style dress. Words slipped my mind today. And it went well. We looked amazing, I think. It's nice to go. I love going to those events with my husband because he always looks so dapper in a suit. I think I'm biased, and I'm allowed to be because I'm married to a man. I like dressing up in ways that aren't popular, modern. I'm not a fan of modern fashion, let's just say. And that's okay. I don't have to be. Modern fashion does not fit my style, my body, or my age in that fact. That being said, now that I'm back, I have decided I am going to no longer buy clothing. There's always a debate over fast fashion and it being horrible for the environment, which it is. It's horrible for the people who make it, and it is. And it's horrible for your budget, which it is. We have 4 children, and we really, really want to buy a house in Pennsylvania. Really bad. It's so bad, in fact, we started the journey, and then we learned that we cannot yet buy a house in Pennsylvania until my husband has a job in Pennsylvania, or somehow I become YouTube famous and I can afford to buy the house in Pennsylvania. Either way, we need a job to take along with us, and we're not yet there. So we are going to pinch pennies anywhere we can. Having 4 children, it's a little bit on the hard side. One of the easy things I can do is make my own wardrobe. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm no longer going to buy clothes at all, thrifted or otherwise, especially otherwise, because I cannot. And if you have seen any bit of my fabric stash, I really shouldn't even have to buy fabric for. I could probably make many a wardrobe over on the amount of fabric that I have. So let's get started. I really want to do a nicely tailored vintage wardrobe. And the best way to start is with your foundation garments. I am looking for a bra pattern that I can start with, a bullet bra pattern. I'm not quite there yet. I look and then I get distracted. But to really start off, I'm going to start off with slips. So I have this pattern, which is a full and while I had every single intention of creating a petticoat and a slip for under my garments, I still had the nagging feeling that I needed to make a bra, and these were very nice patterns, but that whole idea got pushed to the side, so let's see what really happened. It is now officially day 3 into my dive on undergarments for the 1950s, 40s, 50s. We've established that back then you didn't change things as quickly as things change now. Fast fashion wasn't really a thing, and you didn't have to worry about having a slip from the 1940s that, unless it just didn't fit, you gained weight, you lost too much weight, you couldn't adjust it, you couldn't make do and mend. It lasted for about 10 years. Whenever I got started on that, I realized I really do need to start with a foundation, and that's with a good bra. I went over to Etsy because I knew I wanted to support a small business for this. I didn't want to get on or head on over to Joann's or something and buy a mass-produced pattern. And I wanted it to be in era. So I went to Miss Depew. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Depew. And I picked up this pattern. It's an intermediate pattern, and I think that it's registered that way because of the darts that are going to be at the bottom of the cup. But it's a really simple, straightforward process to put it together. She highlights on how to make it in her blog, which she wrote out very well. The process of this has been enlightening, and I will show you in my footage. I've also made extra darts in the cups to really fit how I'm shaped, and I'm for the first time, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this bra fits and how it supports.
The first part about doing any kind of sewing is to, of course, cut out your pattern, and here is exactly what that looks like. I did my best to cut it out to a size that I thought I needed, and the sizing on this was surprisingly very accurate. Because this pattern doesn't allow for seam allowances, I had to take the pattern, retrace it out on tracing paper, and add a seam allowance. I don't like a lot of seam allowance in my stuff, so I added 3/8 of an inch seam allowance to it, and I only added the seam allowance to the bottom part. I decided to add a tape across the top, a decision that I regretted later.
Pieces put together, this is where you want to start looking at fit. And I don't know, I'll do a little bit of a close-up, but on these sides there's a lot of extra overhang that I have on it, so I'm just going to add an extra dart in the side with a pin, tiny. Just about where I'm going to sew it, and where it's going to run to. there you have it. Bob is your uncle. And children entering and leaving the house. It's not. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be whenever it said intermediate, and it probably is because of all the pink tucks on it. I had fun sewing it, but I also forgot that my dress form needs to be sized down to reflect my current size because I've lost weight. I padded this out a year ago, and I've been working. I have lost a little bit of weight, not a whole lot, but enough that when I put it on, the band in the back is really loose, so I could really take the button and put it over here, and then with the elastic have more than enough room. I don't need the extra elastic like I thought I would. Overall, I'm really happy. It turned out really well for a mock-up, and I will be making another one without the binding. I'm horrible at hand sewing binding. I absolutely hate it, and I'm not going to do that again. No way. There's no way that I'm going to do that again. It is very comfortable, so it is something that I am going to continue to wear and get use out of. I'll just use it for casual wear on those days that I just want to hang out and maybe before bed or something. But now I know that I can do it, so overall it is a booster, and we will definitely be making another one. The next piece of garment that I'm going to make is going to be a petticoat to go under my dresses and a slip. I need a bit more of those anyway. It's good to be back at it again. The kids were supposed to go back to school on Monday. However, they found a lot of mold in all of the schools throughout our district, and unfortunately our children will not be starting back until the following Tuesday, so September 5th, and even that is tentative. We'll find out more after their meeting on Monday and see. I have a gut feeling they're probably going to go back to remote learning because of this issue. I, for the life of me, can't understand how an entire district of schools has a mold issue. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes from there. So in the next few videos, just expect more of my children's interruptions as they continue to live life while I film. And that's all. So I look forward to seeing you again next time. And as always, I love you so very much.